Hi, my name's Ariane, and here to tell you about Source Meditation. I felt like this is an appropriate place to talk to you about it here at the edge of the abyss. It's a very apt analogy for source energy. As you know, all things are made out of energy. Underneath the surface, everything is fluid, liquid, essentialized energy. And when you can shift your perception and your experience and as much of your being as possible to that wavelength, then you can tap into the ocean of energy, the endless sea of everything that is energy. And it's immensely powerful and beautiful and rejuvenating and exciting and interesting and peaceful. And in some religions or descriptions of reality and consciousness, it's called the ocean of infinite qualities, because on the one hand it is energy and it all kind of looks like radiant and beautiful, and on the other hand it contains every possible thing or the essentialized information for everything. And in that way the experience of it can be anything. It can be exciting, it can be overwhelming sometimes, because it can definitely take you to the brink of where your mind's capable of comprehending and beyond. But I like that place, personally. It's a fun place to get to, and sometimes you get there easily, automatically, and you find yourself way over your head, and sometimes it takes you a lot of work to get there, and it's a very hard-won experience. And it's all about what you do at that moment. You know, can you keep surfing that wave, you know, or do you freak out and snap out of it and kick yourself later because you really wanted to go further? Source is called many things, called Nirvana, it's called everything, it's called nothing, Samadhi. You know, there's many different terms for it, depends on the cultural cataloging system that you're looking at it from. When it comes to the infinite qualities of Source, whatever it is that you're looking for, you can find in that. You know, the depths have many different changes. If you're looking for inner peace or peace of mind, you know, that calmness, that clarity, all those things are there. If you are looking to rejuvenate, it's immensely rejuvenating. If you just want to experience beauty beyond imagining, then there's that as well. I have found it in my experience to be the only real adventure worth going on at this point in my life. There's really nothing that I want to experience that isn't intimately intertwined with that. Everything is better on Source. Everything. It amplifies everything that you focus on it or focus it on. However you choose to move the factors around in the equation, if Source is one of them, then the experience is infinitely more amplified and more interesting to me. And I think many people have found it to be so. It's quite magical and amazing. Personally, I'm a ballet dancer, but I have created my own way of moving, one that's designed around channeling energy and your natural movement and efficiency in those ways. It's the most fun I've ever had dancing, ever. And I've found most things to be that way as an artist. You know, sculpting, painting, making jewelry. It's all the same. If you can direct this essential energy into your craft, whatever it may be, because whatever you do can be an art, and whatever you do is way more fun if you make it your path, your craft, your sorcery. And when I use the term sorcery, I use it to mean a way of channeling source directly, that quintessential energy. There's a million different ways to meditate. They're all valid, they're all amazing, they all do something for you. They usually pick out one aspect of honing your focus or your concentration or your ability to do something with your awareness, depending on what the form of meditation is, and it will cultivate and hone that part of you. And all of them are useful and beneficial and amazing. Again, I find that when you add this essentialized energy into it, that it becomes even more so. The main game is focusing deeper into source, focusing myself deeper into that energy until I'm completely immersed, until all the ideas of who I am disappear, all sense of individuality that is formed from referencing external cultures, imagery, concepts and ideas rather than just your being. All sense of being and all sense of self merge, liquefy, essentialize into another sense. Positive focus is key to this practice. The deeper you get into this practice, the more key it becomes. You have to be able to control your mind, to control your focus when you start channeling more energy. If you cannot focus it positively, you will eventually disempower yourself anyway. Negative emotions, negative thinking, all of those things, they shut down your higher brain functions and doesn't allow you access to your creative mind and your higher mind and all those things that you require access to really get deep into these subject matters. It is essential to, at the very least, know on a general level what it is you want to do with that energy, where it is you want to focus yourself. When you focus into source, that it is the most powerful, positive focus that you can possibly have without needing to understand. It transcends understanding. It is something that you can experience. That light, that beauty, that luminosity will always help repair and regenerate and rejuvenate your energy without needing to know where you're focusing on an intellectual level. And then it allows you to think better once your mind starts to turn back on again, your higher brain functions. Then you can begin to say those things to yourself that you need to say that allow you to come out of whatever negative process you were in, experience you were in, and begin to make positive changes, take positive actions that will allow you to perpetuate those positive experiences even more. So in that way, in even just from the perspective of focusing positively, focusing into source is absolutely the most powerful thing that you can do on that level. Source energy, as we talked about before, amplifies everything that it's focused on, or in, or through. And changes it. It changes it, turns it into something you can't predict, you can't fully understand. Yes, you can understand certain aspects of the mechanics of how to do it and what you're doing, but there's a whole quant of it that you can't quantify fully or account for every single stray aspect. It's magical, which is why I use that term to describe it, because it's beyond any measure of quantifying the changes that will occur, the things that will happen, the experience of it, the results of that experience. Whatever happens, it's going to be much more than you can wrap your head around, and therefore I refer to it as magical. Thank you for joining me here on this beautiful day on the edge of the abyss.